StarCraft fans? This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between True and omgabanana on Frozen Temple. This is a best of 3 series from Cheeseadelphia 2016, and let's get right on into it. In the top left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is True, representing Storm Gaming. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the yellow Protoss player. It is omgabanana from Team Ascension's competitive team. Alright, so again, this is going to be a best of 3 ZVP for you guys, starting out on Frozen Temple. Very excited to bring you this series. It was brought to my attention by somebody, I won't tell you who. But they just said this is an incredible series. You will not regret casting it. Your viewers will love it, and so I am casting it right this very second. Obviously, this game was played on the 6th anniversary of StarCraft 2, as there are little cakes coming back and forth here instead of minerals for both the probes and the drones. Regardless, hatch first here from True. Extractor coming out very momentarily. Ready, get set, extractor, go. True, don't make me a liar. True. There's the extractor. Alright, and the 1-gate expand from omgabanana. We're going to call him Banana from now on, as that seems a little bit easier for rolling off the tongue. Extractor into spawning pool. Probe scouting around, checking some stuff out. Stealing some cake. You're a cake stealer. Cake stealer, probe, and you're trying to kill a drone. What a jerk. Get out of there. Run. Okay, probe's running. Probe is running. Immediately gets workers onto those extractors. Coming back in, though. This probe, man. This probe has a death wish. Pretty good micro, though. Not dying, which is kind of the big goal here. Nexus on the way for omgabanana, who I said I would call Banana, so I'm going to call Banana. Either way, nothing too crazy going on. Just kind of both players microing back and forth, macroing back and forth. Overlord's heading on down and checking. Oh, trying to go for a third here is True. True's going for a third, but this probe is a cake-stealing, drone-smashing probe and a hatchery-canceling probe. Oh, man, that was close. That drone was right here. Right there. Right there. Couldn't quite get it. That's A-okay. Good job. Good job, cake-stealing probe. I'm proud of you regardless. Cybernetics core on the way for the Protoss player. Not getting any Zealots because that's kind of the meta right now in ZVP. True's third base is on the way. Any queens in production? There's one queen there. Surprisingly, not one up here yet. I guess True would rather get speed. True would rather get more drones than a queen. This is weird. Why are you skipping your second queen, True? You really need that thing. All right, we'll come back. We'll come back to it, I suppose. All right, Cybercore is finished. It is finished, and Adept is being chrono boosted out. And what's the next tech structure? It's going to be a Stargate. Stargate opener for Banana. So Oracle seems very possible. Adept patrolling back and forth, but Sonic transferring at the same time. And doop, she gone. She gone. She moving on up here too. All right, so Adept's going to try to kill some stuff. There is a queen out. There are 6lings on the way. They don't quite have speed yet. Not going to be very useful in this situation, but that's A-okay. Queen is ready for this. Stab, stabbity, stab, stab. Yeah, I mean, a queen will win that one-on-one for sure. It takes a while is the problem. Queens don't do a lot of DPS, but the lings want to get that surround. Adept knows better than that. She gets out of there. She's going to go ahead and try to threaten this base while Sonic transferring back home. 2-for-1 deal. And there's the transport. All right, so basically going mass Adept right now is Banana. I mean, not mass, but there are three here already. Gateway to support the Stargate. Where there is an Oracle, you need a Spore Crawler, man. Spore Crawlers, queens. Okay, so 1 queen is not enough to deal with an Oracle. You need a queen and a Spore Crawler, or 2 queens. If you have 2 queens at your base, that also works. Overlord scouting in. Did the Overlord see this thing? Ooh, yes. Or did a drone see that? Something scouted that. Some little hero something. Oh, this guy did. This Overlord did. Alright, so man, the Overlord scouting kind of insane from True right now. Either way, the Oracle is spotted immediately. 3 queens in production. No Spore Crawlers. Alright, so it looks like True is going for that double queen play, which I'm a fan of. I think it'll work. I think it's pretty good news. It's 39-38 total harvesters. Both players are pretty darn even on that front. Creep spread is here for True, not really continuing much beyond this point. 2 queens, stab, 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 and 2 queens here too. Yeah, this Oracle's getting shut down hard. Beautiful, beautiful response from True. Again, it all comes from scouting. It is all about scouting. Lings running around. Speedlings getting killed by the Mothership Core. Okay, 1 gets killed by the Mothership Core. 3 Adepts holding that line. No way those Lings are getting through there. I guess they're just trying to see if anything is coming out. Can't really get in. Oh, they see another Oracle, though? They see another Oracle. Are you really making another Oracle? That Oracle has no kills. Why would you make another one? Holy queen play. Holy queen play. 7 queens for True. This is your base defense right now. If your Protoss opponent opens up Stargate, just get a ton of queens, drone up like a madman, Do whatever you want. Get as much gas as you want, although it's pretty much no gas right now for True. Does he have no gas income? 0 gas income right now. He's just trying to drone up as hard as he can. He knows he can pretty much do queens to survive this. Stasis Ward being tossed on down. The Oracle is trying to make themselves useful in some way if they can't kill drones. And a 4th base from True. So both these players just macroing hard, expanding as fast as they can. It's 50 to 48 harvesters. True has been droning up like a madman. Oh, except for those 20 lings. 20 lings on the way. And yeah, that's a pretty good number to deal with this number of adepts. So some lings around with some queen support. Probably should be able to shut this down, no problem. A couple lings here just dying for no reason whatsoever. A couple lings over here trying to kill a nexus by themselves. Not going to happen. And these lings got caught in a stasis ward. Oh, stasis ward. Nicely done. Meanwhile, like I said, queens, lings, pretty good in this situation. Although the adepts are moving up into the main base. Can they finish that transfer? They finished the transfer. Oh, but there are so many lings here. And 3 queens as well, trying to stutter step their way to victory. Is it going to work for them? Most of them are going to die. Unfortunately, these guys got stasis warded, and are they going to come back in? I think they could probably get these sentries if they tried hard enough. Either way, that's so many queens. 13 queens out of True here. That is an impressive number so far. About 300 APM for both of these players. Definitely high-level stuff for you today. Lings don't really want to engage. I mean, can they get inside the main base? They could probably get inside. Ah, too late. Too late. Sentry warp in. Make sure that doesn't happen. And another stasis ward catches a handful of lings. The rest of them survive, though. Reasons I don't fully understand. Revelation tossed down. A giant revelation on those rocks here. You'll know where these rocks are. I guess you could know if the rocks have been destroyed, which is fairly good information. Either way, that drone's going to die. Oh, no! What? Last second Spore Crawler. Last second Spore Crawler. Absolutely beautiful from True. It's 75 to 61 Harvesters. True has finally pulled ahead in that worker count. What's he doing? Getting +1 melee, getting pneumatized Carapace. Is he just going to go mass sling queen against this Protoss player? I'm not sure if that's what he wants to do. I mean, maybe it is. But I'm not sure if it's going to work. I guess was what I'm saying. Baneling Nest, okay. So a Link Baneling Queen play. Usually there are hiders mixed in if you're going this Baneling stuff against Protoss. And there's a lair being morphed in at the 7-minute mark, which seems super duper late. Another base for True. True expanding like a crazy person. That's 5 bases. 5 bases to the 3 for Banana, who is appropriately yellow. I don't think I noticed that previously. Banana going for his own 4th base. Blink completes, +1 ground weapons completing as well. Really trying to go for that base now. Has enough minerals to do so, choosing not to, however. So a lot of sentries. A lot of sentries good against lings. And banelings, actually. Dark Shrine coming up too for the Protoss player. Speed Overlords scouting out everywhere, trying to see what's going on, what they don't know. So this Adept Stalker Sentry play is here for Banana. Can True hang on is the question. Going to try to do this thing. Queens stabbing its stuff, but man, they are dying fast. What? The Transfuse! Transfuse is keeping the lings alive. Lings trying to get through those force fields are absolutely perfect, though. And the recall home. The recall home as the army comes back. Warp Prism heading on out, does get scouted by True's hatchery here. Lings see it. I'm not sure if they're going to stop for it, though. Nope, no, they are not. Banana coming up along this direction now while the army is out of position a little bit. They're going to run for their little lives, though. +1/+1 is not quite there yet. +1 attack is on the way. There's the Hydralisk Den. All right, so the Hydra Baneling stuff, which I'm not a huge fan of, but maybe True can make it work. Stasis Ward catching those lings. Some Baneling Rain in preparation here for True. All right. I like this. So you send the lings in, get the force fields up, and then Baneling Rain their faces. Here we go. Lings coming in. Force fields. There, the force field. The force field don't it, but guess what's coming? There are Banelings on the way, just they're a little bit late. Banelings on the outside getting absolutely crushed right now. And there's the recall home. Some Zealots got left behind, sadly for them. A bunch of lings dying because a bunch of probes dying and lings dying because the lings came out of stasis down here. Gotta watch out for that, Banana. Lings with +1 attack. Going after these cannons. Should make quick work of them. Yes, 1 cannon dies. 2 cannon dies. Photon overcharge coming up too. Banelings really want to crash onto something. And they do kill Zealots fairly efficiently. That wasn't too bad. It's not too bad. Couple DTs on up here. Trying to do some stuff. Wasting their swipes on lings though. They're seriously not an Overseer. There is seriously not an Overseer on the map. Really? Alright, so there they are. They finally showed up. Finally got rid of those guys. 70 to 62 total harvesters. Warp Prism has some stuff in mind here. A Baneling drop on right up here, killing 8 probes. Nicely done. More and more Stalkers getting warped in here. And Adepts, another attempt at Baneling Rain. Gets it. Gets some stuff done. I mean, exploded on things. Didn't necessarily kill any more probes, but that's alright. 70 to 57 total harvesters. True is in control of this game, I would say. He's got a Lurker Den on the way. Storm's coming up for Banana. The Baneling Rain is continuing from True. Baneling's in all these things, which is why he didn't get Baneling Speed. Did he not get Baneling Speed? No, he did. He did get Baneling Speed. Alright. Here we go again. Another attempt. Reaction time from Banana is not good. Not ideal. Oh, man. 5 more probe kills there. Coming right on in, going to kill this base. I don't think there's anything saving it for True, and no, definitely not. Another DT going to work in here. 7 kills on that dude. Getting cleaned up. Where the heck is your Overseer? These DTs are way too effective. Way too effective. An attempted warp in here by the Warp Prism of some kind. Overseers are running over, saying those are probably DTs, those are probably DTs, those are probably DTs, but no. No, the Warp Prism actually warps in nothing whatsoever. So True supply blocked right now, which is not a good feeling for the Zerg player. Resources lost is about 8,000 versus 5,000. Zerg has lost more to this point. Overlord's just kind of surrounding Banana right now. Army supply looking fairly good for the Protoss player, but it's 194 to 159 total supply. True is, again, I just feel like he's in control right now. He's got a ton of Lurkers morphing in, which is good against his composition. Really no Immortals to speak of. Exactly 0 Immortals for Banana. Warp Prism scouts this space out, warps in some stuff to deal with it. Couple DTs trying to do some harm. Not going to happen for them either. DT here, trying to get rid of that hatchery. The entire Zerg army goes to deal with it. Meanwhile, Banana is down here threatening everything here too. Another warp in. The multitask harassment right now from Banana is absolutely insane. So there's Queens here, Zealots mixed in as well. The entirety of the army is here for Banana. Queens really want to get that Mothership Core. They get the Mothership Core. No recall available, so Ling's getting big-time surrounds on these Zealots. Storms on top of everything. Banana's army is stuck right now, you guys. It is going absolutely nowhere. Lurkers burrowing on in, trying to make sure they can't get out, and there's the burrow from some of the Lurkers, but Lurkers are dying a little bit before they can actually get where they want to go. However, this army, once again, without the ability to recall home, just got absolutely trapped and destroyed. More Baneling Rain on up here, just decimating this mineral line. Saving that sort of. Nope, not going to happen. DT is going to get a couple more DT warpins here. Is this more Baneling Rain? And it is more Baneling Rain. 57 to 45 total harvesters. Oh, giant hits there from True. Absolutely sick hits from True. Another DT dies. Are we more DTs in the main base? I mean, this DT harassment has been insane for Banana, but the Baneling drops have been very good as well. Very, very good as well here. Finally, the Lings pop on out, but so many drones are dying. So many drones are dying. Ling's getting caught in a stasis ward here. Is that more Baneling stuff down there? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. Lings finally taking down those DTs, and pretty much army supply is Lings and 11 Lurkers for True. Meanwhile, not a whole lot down here either for Banana. You can count as well as I can. Lings trying to kill Archons, which is never a super great thing. Ah, Stasis Ward! Another great Stasis Ward here. Lings going for it anyway, despite the presence of 2 Archons, and they get both the Archons and a Stalker. Another Archon comes in and dies without really getting a swipe off whatsoever. Lurkers coming in to threaten this base. There's a single cannon, but that should not be a problem. And Banana calls the GG with the well-played in game at number 1 here. And Banana's defeated, and True is victorious. So well done. Well done by True. The opening was impeccable, going Mass Queen, pretty much no gas, right, to get up as many workers as he did. He did end up losing 33 drones, but he killed 57 probes with his Baneling Rain stuff, which is pretty amazing. And just did it with Ling Queen Lurker. He didn't really have any Corruptors. He didn't have a Spire. He didn't go for any Hydras or Roaches or Ravagers or anything. It was just Ling and a lot of Queens for defense, and then just kind of keeping the pressure on Banana and made it work somehow. So well done to him. That is game number 1 going to the Zerg player. And I'll be right back with game number 2. Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with game 2 between Banana and True on King's Edge on Station, the Ladder Edition. Again, this is a best of 3 series. True won game number 1, so Banana had better win this game, or else it is all over for him. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player from Psystorm Gaming. It is True. And in the top left side of the map, we have the yellow Protoss player. It is omgabanana from Team Ascension. Oh, it's so fun. All right, actually, just straight up banana. So this is King Sejong Station. We've seen quite a few games on this map already. Very popular thing to do for Terran is to do tank drops down in this location. But this is a Protoss player, so no tanks available. And just going to try to wall this off as best as possible. Probably take the third up here, which is open and hard to defend. And then we'll see where we go from there. True, in game number 1, went just for a ton of hatcheries and a ton of queens. And really made it work, because Banana opened with a Stargate play. The Oracles did nothing by way of killing drones, although they did get some nice stasis wards down in Revelations, which can be useful in the later game as well. Overlord scouting on out. And yeah, so let me know if you enjoy these series. I mean, I'm trying to cast about one of them a week. Some of them will be super long, some of them will be really short. But I'm trying to just get you the feel of a back and forth of a series. I'm also definitely planning on getting up some of those shorter games. Oh, look at this, the drone trying to prevent the hatchery or the Nexus from going down. I said hatchery because so frequently that's what it is. The hatchery is attempting to be blocked here. And the drone doesn't want to die. That's what you want to avoid. And the drone lives. Nexus does go down again later than Banana wanted to. Anyway, I was saying I am also going to put up a collection of shorter games. Like just straight up shorter games. Not necessarily from the same series, but just short ones. We'll see how rushes work at the professional level. We'll see how they're defended and things like that. Banana, going to return the favor against True and say, you're trying to go for a third base? No, I don't think so. I am carrying birthday cake. Oh, gets it again. True. True. Absolutely doing what he wants and getting these bases down despite the presence of those probes. Not great as far as Banana is concerned. Cybernetics core on the way. And look at this. True let this extractor finish. So that does slow down the gas income. We don't see it a lot from Zerg players, so I assume it's not super efficient. But True's going for it regardless, and we'll see if it definitely pays off for him in the long run. Taking this assimilator a little bit earlier than he normally would because he doesn't have this one. And I mean, would you not just make a zealot and go kill that thing? It's going to take forever for a probe to destroy it, and this adept now has to go up and take care of it. Unless the adept still wants to go out. Which is possible, which is very possible. Anyway, Queen's coming up from True. Metabolic boost as well. These three bases looking very, very healthy indeed. Healthy and blue for True. I don't know. I mean, I guess the probe can get it eventually. This blood's gushing all out of the extractor, falling on top of the probe's head. That's got to be disgusting. That has got to be gross. And yeah, the adept isn't even bothering to go back and deal with this. The adept instead wants to kill drones, wants to get revenge for what True has done so far to his plans. So a couple queens, couple lings, and a queen here. Adept trying to sneak on in and kill some drones, but no, True is smarter than that. True knows I'm not going to put any drones down there yet. There are adepts on the way. Lings trying to catch up and doesn't finish it, just barely cancels that transfer. The psionic transfer fake out is a good move. We're gonna see this probe get a kill, and it's gonna be an extractor, which is pretty impressive. Pretty darn impressive indeed. The Overlord Scout again from True sees everything, sees the early Twilight Council, sees the upgrade on it. Probably gonna be a resonating glaives. Lings knocking down these rocks again. Not worried about tanks, but I don't know. It's good to have another path out of your base if you're a Zerg player, I suppose. So Overlord sitting here, seeing the number of adepts. Why does that always change? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, just invisible. Invisible! 2 banana. Probe throws down a pylon and then goes back to the work of killing this extractor. Let's go ahead and we'll give it a moment of silence here. Go, probe, go! Bam! And the immediate assimilator. Nicely done. OMG, a banana. Alright, so True with 3 bases, not going for that crazy 4 base opening, considering OMG, a banana is just sticking on 2 for the time being. I mean, I know it's 4 minutes, doesn't seem like that long, but in Legacy of the Void, we can see 3 base openers from Protoss at this time. And there's the Stargate. Did that get scouted? No. Nope, the Overlord did not scout that one. Actually getting roaches this time is True, though. And it is another Oracle. So Oracle here, queen count is 4. So not nearly as insane as it was previously. Adepts coming right on in here. There are currently 7 adepts, but the roaches are popping. And roaches do pretty well in the situation. So I would pull these drones, maybe. I don't know. You don't want to pull them quite yet. Yeah, there's really no reason for them to run at this point. Roaches chasing these suckers away. Don't do a lot of damage to them, which is kind of your issue. And they do finish this transfer, so they're stuck in here for quite a while. These drones are running They understand the threat they are under. Psionic transfer is available. How many of them will die before they transfer into the main base? 1, 2, and that's it. Just 2 of them. Drones forced to fight for their lives. That is not what you want. That's not what you want to do as a Zerg player. Roche is finally cleaning them out. Yeah, all of them do end up dead. The Oracle sneaking on in here. There is a queen, but run, drones. Good job. Good job getting out of there. Trying to juke on back in, but I don't know if that's a great idea. 2 queens trying to defend. The Oracle does end up with 3 kills. Can it get 4? No. No, it cannot get 4, but a total of 10 workers have been killed between the Adepts and the Oracle, which brings us to 48 to 44 Harvesters. The Zerg player is not as up as he wanted to be, and that's a Void Ray. What? Void Ray out of Banana? You're down 1-0 in a best-of-3 series, and you want to go for a Void Ray? All right. All right, man. I'll believe you on this one. Ling's trying to come up and possibly cancel that base chase. Shouldn't have too much of a problem with it, unless this army wants to move on out. Ling's full surround. Photon Overcharge is available, but I'm not sure that it matters. Trying to kill these pylons first of all, so the Photon Overcharge does not become a thing. And actually, the Oracle, with that DPS, is enough to chase those Lings away. They didn't get either pylon or this Nexus, which is a little bit of a concern. Chrono Boost pops up on the brandly presented Nexus. A brand new presented Nexus? Did I say brandly? I don't think that's a word. Pretty sure that brandly is not a word. Alright, Lings knocking down these rocks from the outside. Finally, the work of a generation will be complete as Trudeau's take a base on over here. Man, it takes forever. It takes forever to Lings to kill debris. I guess that 3 armor really makes a difference. Finally does get it there. Pneumatite's Carapace coming up, +1 attack for Lings is on the way. Not quite there yet. Dark Shrine, Robotics Facility, and Blink all being researched by our friend Banana. Double Oracle, sneaking around trying to see stuff. Nothing really doing there. There are 3 queens at this base. 4 queens at this base. Should be able to handle those Oracles, especially considering one of them is actually fairly damaged already. Stasis Ward catching the Lings. Oh, Banana. Oh, Banana. That was absolutely gorgeous. Look at how many Lings got trapped there. This would have been big-time trouble. Big-time trouble for Banana if those Lings had gotten on in. Can they get this pylon? Yes. Yes, they can. That's fine. That's excellent. Pylon got a ton of kills, though. Can they kill this sentry and get inside the base? I don't know. These Lings finally coming out of stasis here. And a beautiful force field. These Lings do get inside. They should probably be scouting more than anything else. Nope. Instead, they try to kill some probes and lose their lives in the process. Warp Prism on the way for OMG a banana. Lings trying to sneak in here as well. The double expand out of True. Oh, I guess that one's already done. But the expand over here by True for his 5th base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 3 bases up for Banana. But Banana's feeling okay about that one. It's going to be more Stalkers than the last game, I think. So Stalker, Sentry, and the Adept count is currently 2. So definitely not relying on those Adepts as heavily as he was. Stalkers, the name of the game. Now the Adept count is up to 1, or down to 1 rather. Banelings rolling on in. +2 ground weapons. Common 2, and Warp Prism. Warp Prism sneaking on out. 69 to 55 total Harvesters. True is playing like a true Zerg player right now. Just macroing to his heart's content. Baneling Rain going to be a thing once again for True. Notice how he has more Overlords than the ones that are containing Banelings, just because that way the Protoss player doesn't know which one of those Overlords are containing Banelings, and they might waste shots on ones that don't. At least I think that's the idea. Stasis Ward catches another group of Lings here, slowly getting cleaned out by these Oracles, which have a ton of kills, but I don't think many of them are drone kills. So Stalker's on up with +1 attack. Void Ray has no attack upgrades whatsoever. Zealot Charge is on the way for Banana. Centrifugal Hooks coming up for the Banelings as well. And here it is. Threatening this base is this giant army. The Queens really want to kill that Mothership core. Can they get it? No, no, the recall is real. The recall is too good. The Baneling Ring was there too, so amazing timing by Banana not losing that army. Another DT drop. 9 kills? What the 18 drone kills? What happened? 29 drones have been killed so far. So basically DT drops here and DT drops here, just absolutely laying waste to what True is going for. I mean, it's still 68 to 43 Harvesters, so True's not exactly just dying for drones. But still, he's got 5 bases. He needs to saturate these somehow. So that's oversaturated. That's kind of undersaturated. These Lings these drones are trying to go back to work. I guess more Baneling Rain happening on in here, and not as effective as previously, especially considering they're slow. Oh, what the what? True missed on that one. I mean, it takes 2 Banelings to kill a probe, but still weakening them is a pretty big deal. Nope, another attempt at Baneling Rain there, another attempt here. That is not a super saturated mineral line, but I think it's okay. I think it'll work for True if he wants to kill some of those probes, get some revenge on the drones that were killed back at his bases. I mean, there's a drone right there, and there's a drone right here, so not nearly as saturated as he wanted to be. Run, probes, run. Maybe just unload them and send them after at this point. Yep, the Banelings are chasing down. Can't quite decide where to go. Good splits from Banana, though. Pretty good splits. Again, I don't know what you do with one Baneling, because... Oh, no, it does. How come? I thought... Is it sometimes 2? I don't know. Where the heck are my Banelings? Well, now I feel dumb. More Banelings rolling right on in, crushing through stuff. That's 29 dead probes right there. 40 to 54 total harvesters in favor of True. And sneaking on in, Stalker group with +2 attack. Queens here with no upgrades of their own. Again, just this mass Ling stuff. +2 Zergling. +2 melee attack, rather, for True. And against this many Stalkers, pretty good. The Archons do pose to be a fairly significant problem if you are going mass Ling here, but at the same time, it's a lot of Lings. Is this more DT stuff? This is more DT stuff. Again, the whole army comes back to deal with these things. I don't know if that's the way you want to do it if you're True, because guess what? You just lost that base over there. I know not much was happening, but is this more DTs? More DTs out of True. The DT drops are non-stop. They are non-stop right now. Blink on out. Is this what's a Stalker? This is a bunch of Zealots. Just the multi-pronged harassment by Banana is absolutely nuts right now. APM is over 300 for each of these players, about 400 for True, trying to defend as best as he can, sneaking back and forth. Again, still has the ability to recall home. Does this Mothership Core. This base getting absolutely assaulted with these +2 Lings. Very quickly getting taken down. Yes, the Oracles will kill a bunch of the Lings, but it doesn't matter at this point. Threatening this base is Banana. We don't see the Lurker play. It's just Ling Baneling out of True, and I'm just not sure that it's enough. I am not convinced it is enough at all. Is this more DT? This is more DT from Banana. And I mean, it's getting shut down pretty hardcore this time, but that's a lot of drones have died. 47 drones, 38 probes have been killed so far. Another DT duo taking out yet another hatchery. Liesling's trying to deal with that, but the Oracle with 24 kills is making sure that doesn't actually happen. Stasis Ward catching these guys alive. Overlord's dying too. It's just 148 Lings have died and 9 DTs, which is not a small number of gas, or a small amount of gas at all. Missile attacks level 1 completed for True. Does True, I mean, it has 2 roaches. It's good. 9 queens. Also good. Banana kind of dancing back and forth. Ling's trying to do stuff. DT kills his own cannon. Was that on purpose? It might have been on purpose. I think that was a full wall, and they didn't want that for all time. Lings, can they get it? The Oracles are said no. The Oracles say get out of my house. Get out of my house. Creep tumors there. Not another DT. Another DT. Banana refuses to give up on this DT stuff. And I mean, so far it's okay. Lurker Den is on the way for True. It's not here yet. It is definitely not here yet. Baneling Ring available right there. I always say Baneling Ring. Baneling Rain. Oh, drop those Banelings. Ah, some of them died inside that Overlord as its blood falls into the crevice there. Oracles, save the Nexus. Save the Nexus, Oracles. They do not. They do not. Banana does not see that happen at all. This base is under construction, but not for long. Not with these +2 Stalkers here. No sign of +3, but I don't know that Banana cares. Here's that Void Ray. 8 kills to its name. Is that the only one that's ever been made in this game? That's 1 that's available, and 0 that have died. So yes, it is the only one. Lings again trying to do stuff. There are DTs mixed in. There are cannons holding position. Are the Lings? Great job. Killing 9, 10 probes. Another DT dies over here. Here's the big time army though. Stalkers, DTs mixed in, Zealots, Sentries, just dancing. Feedback going down on the Overseers. Or on the Queens. Is that feedback on the Queens? Does he actually have any Templar? No. What was that? I don't know what that was. Either way, the Queens are dying. I'm not sure if this is enough. I'm not sure that Ling Hydra Bailing is enough to deal with this. It's 163 to 150 total supply. Banana definitely has that lead. Replanting this base again. 2 Nexuses have been killed and 2 hatcheries. Both players pretty even to this point as far as their ability to disrupt their opponent's macro plans. Yeah, Ling's right on top of +2 Archons. Not a good place. Not where you want to be if you're the Lings. I think he's trying to force fields out of Banana so he can Bane drop them, but I don't think that's going to happen. Lurkers burrowing in good positions. That one dies immediately, though. That poor Stalker got killed. Banelings decide to actually just turn around and kill stuff. Meanwhile, these DTs going after this base because, hey, when in doubt, send DTs to kill hatcheries. That is Banana's personal philosophy, and it's working so far. Overseers have been working overtime trying to find all of these suckers. Meanwhile, everyone's out of position, and is he going to push in? Is Banana going to go for it? No! Banana does not go for it. Is he killing this base again? He might. He's going after the pylons first. That might give the Nexus enough time to actually survive. And nope, there's the cancel. There's the cancel. The Lurker Spines are chasing Banana away from this position. Only 3 of them, but still, that's pretty intimidating. Is there an observer with this army? There is. There's an observer with this army. 1, specifically. One of those DT is getting caught out in the open. Getting their faces melted off. And an observer just observing all of it. These Lings, no, good reaction time, actually. Changelings. Oh, Changelings not spotted by Banana. That's nice. Changelings follow. Follow. I don't know. Creep Tumors are getting destroyed. Overseer dies. It's nice to kill Overseers if you're this heavy with the Dark Templar. That's what I always believe. Ling's trying to sneak on up this way. Checking for a base there. There's not one there. Big old attack on over this way. Ravagers and Roaches and Lurkers. Killing some stuff. It's 145 to 148 total supply. Very, very even. Very even at this point. Is this more Dark Templar stuff? This is the Dark Templar game of all Dark Templar games. I've never seen this many DTs in a single game in my entire life. Just haven't seen it. Robotics Bay coming up for Banana. More and more Lurkers. I assume that's going to be Disruptor at some point. A lot of Stalkers lost their lives, though. You got to watch out for Lurkers, man. Extra damage versus armored here. 33 versus armored per spine. Lings killing this base again. Once again. Holy shamoly. Meanwhile, Lings are running on up here and going after these cannons. Can they get the cannons? Yes, the upgrades are good on the Lings. That +2 attack helping them immensely. Cannons are dying. Lings trying to run past this entire army, getting their faces melted off too. That is another pylon that falls. And Lings kind of just left here to their own devices. They could probably have taken down that robotics facility, but maybe not. Either way, Banana is stuck on these 3 bases. True's kind of stuck on these 4. Neither one's really been able to get up that extra base that they want. And as a result, they're a little bit mineral and gas starved. It's 24 to 37 harvesters at the 18-minute mark. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy here. Revelation tossed down. Finally, a Spore Crawler is coming up. Corrosive Bile landing and actually killing his own stuff. Killing his own stuff, which is a bit of an issue. Ling's trying to defend the Lurkers. That Spore Crawler is going to finish, and it does. Stalkers, again, with +2 attack, +2 missile attack, being researched by True. And nobody is really in the interest, as an interested party in making another base right now. So I think this might be what we're dealing with, is these units versus these units. I mean, yeah, there's still some income from here and some income from here, but that's going to be it for a while. So Banana looking to make this thing happen with what he has. The Archons really need to be in the front. You don't want the Stalkers taking these shots from Lings. You definitely do not. Don't want that one. Oracles trying to come in and throw down some Revelation, revealing where the Lurkers are. Stabs coming in at the same time. There is an Overlord checking to make sure bases are not coming up in places he doesn't want them to come up in. Banana looks like he might be trying to expand right here while threatening the front of True, but I'm just not sure if that's going to happen. He does. He does manage to get that down. The Lings running around with Revelation on their fronts. Are they going to check this base? Oh, they might check this base. They might check it. Running for their line. No, they don't. The Stalkers dissuade them from going that direction. All right. So he doesn't know about it. He was going to check it. He had to change his mind a little bit. Is this another DT? Another DT Zealot attack here. Off of this War Prism. I feel like at some point True just might want to go for a Spire. Just so we can actually kill these War Prisms. Because as it stands, not looking good. Alright, True's army is not looking pretty fantastic either. He has Lurkers and Ravagers, which are pretty darn slow. Finally, all of these zealots are getting cleaned out, but again, doesn't know about this base. Gotta scout that base, man. True, you gotta find it. Oracle coming on through, throwing down all that Revelation. Getting hit by a Queen, doesn't care. Does not care. War Prism again for Banana. Just more Ling stuff. More Ling shenanigans up in this base, killing 6 probes. DT going after the spawning pool, recognizing how Ling heavy True has been going in this game. Killing a spawning pool is not a bad idea. Can he get it though? It's just the speed of the Overseer is what really matters here. This Warp Prism has been the cause of a ton of problems for True. Infestation Pit on the way for True. Banana doing nothing whatsoever with his money because he doesn't have any right now. Seems like an issue, but dancing around, the army is kind of keeping True inside his own base. True hasn't been able to escape for a while, hasn't been able to expand at all for what feels like the last 5 or 6 minutes. Overlord was going to scout that thing. It does get killed by the army. A little bit of a lucky move there from Banana. Ravagers with +2 attack. Roaches as well. It's just Banana refuses to engage is the thing. I mean, yes, the Lings do take down a couple Archons here, but now they are trapped Lings. You have to just turn around and... Alright, alright. Lurkers burrow, Banana says, I'm going to go elsewhere. I'm not going to walk into your Lurkers, thank you very much. And this base is fully saturated, so Banana does manage to come back just a little bit here. It is currently 26 to 32 total Harvesters. 71 probes have been killed, 61 drones have lost their lives. And here comes Banana once again, and then just retreats. He's just kind of dancing. He's dancing a little bit. A DT does come in and goes back to that spawning pool. I mean, like 2 Corruptors, I think would be enough to get rid of this Warp Prism. I don't know. Saves him. Saves the Dark Templar army hanging out. Another couple of Revelations being tossed on down. Muscular Augments being researched for the Hydras. So we're not just turning the Hydras into Lurkers. He's actually planning on using Hydras in this situation, which I can agree with. I think I can. It's just Banana's been very careful. He hasn't walked into giant lines of Lurkers. He hasn't walked into giant lines of Hydras. Anytime there are Lurkers available in the battle, he just gets out. He just gets out. Purification Nova is available out of those Disruptors. Currently, there are 3 on the field. A couple good Disruptor hits would be a big deal for Banana right here. Can he get them? Is the question. So trapped a little bit in this corner. No, refusing to be trapped, throwing down force fields, running for his own life. He's a Banana. Dark Templar trying to run around and kill some stuff. Is True just going to base race this? Is he tired of trying to chase down Banana? He might be. He still doesn't know about... Oh, he does know about that base. How does he know about that base? Oh, he's a changeling there. Alright, so he's a changeling there. Getting rid of this robotics facility, preventing any more construction of Disruptors, and we're just basing it. Yep. Here we go. Banana going for the base race, not worrying about the army who's killing his stuff back on home. There are some Lings coming out to try to deal with this base. They should be able to handle it without too much trouble. A big old warping of Zealots here in the main base for True. And yeah, gonna lose this base. All those probes running for their lives. Production tab is gonna shut down fairly shortly here. Although there is a Disruptor in production there. So Lurker Den actually manages to survive. There's a lot of Lurkers here. Whoa! Purification Nova's catching a few of them, though. And somehow this base is not dead for True. I thought for sure that it was, but it is not. Meanwhile, this one is gone, which means that Banana doesn't have much left. He's trying to expand down here desperately. Yes, you can kill that hatch, but I'm pretty sure those are expired. Not quite expired, but dead close, dead close. So 1 base versus 1 base in it, kind of. As this base isn't really even up yet. It's 23-3. Gateway, Cybernetics Core, Purification Nova coming down, getting dodged fairly ably by True. Oh, more are you walking in here? Alright, Zealots do kill a Lurker. Kill 2 Lurkers. That's good, but everything else dies. Wow, 87 to 111 total supply here. Ravagers getting destroyed. The army coming back for OMG a Banana. And does manage to save most of his production facilities, which is good. You definitely want that to be the case. So, Hydras. Did they ever get that Muscular Augments upgrade? I think they did. Yes, they definitely did here. Observer overseeing the construction of that spawning pool. Let's take a look at that units tab. So it's 5 Archons, a Dark Templar, 4 Zealots, and 14 Stalkers versus 19 Hydras, 11 Zerglings, 14 Banelings, and how many lurkers? 4 lurkers and a handful of infestors. I don't know. I feel like True can still do this thing. As the Nova takes down a creep tumor. Expanding up here is True, so kind of diametrically opposed. Banana expands down here. True expands up here at this base where he's shut down that Nexus so many times. So many times here. Alright, Banana says, I only have 3 probes left. This is not good. I need to do some damage to True. I can't just let him sit back and macro up because he has more workers than I do. And in the end, that may be the end of things. Although losing the entire main base is a bit of an issue if you're the Zerg player. Alright. What are we looking at here? Observer running around. Army checking things out. Is the army going to go for it? Army's strongly considering going for it right now. Purification Nova. Big time hit. Well, not a huge hit. Pretty big hit, though. Why is that Lurker out of range? Lurker corpse knocked out of the ground there. That was weird. That Lurker wasn't killing that Stalker at all. I don't know why. A fungal? Oh, big time hit on that one. 9 kills on that Disruptor. Pushing up his Banana. He doesn't care. Infestation Pit taking shots. Lings fighting this base. Oh no, Banana. Banana, you gotta win this thing. There's the fungal. There's the fungal. Another fungal here, which means the Banelings are trying to do stuff. Nova's not hitting anything at that point. Infestor dying. Ravager shots doing some stuff. Purification Novas can travel through force fields, as we just saw right there. Coming up on the high ground to try to harass some stuff. The Hydra's trying to chase this thing on out. Banana's micro has been crazy in this game so far. Another Nova. Making this work. Pretty good splits on that one. Couple drones do end up getting killed. Bathing Rain really wants to do this, but then changes its mind. Says, no, you know what? Oh, another huge Nova there. There's the fungal. There are the Banelings landing, but Overlords are getting focused down before they can drop those Banelings. Oh no, it's 68 to 36 total supply. These drones are getting killed fast right now. Banana, are you going to do this thing, Banana? Ling's heading on out, trying to get that base race stuff done. Banana has nothing left. He has no probes. He has 160 minerals. He can make another probe if he wants to, but I don't think he's really focused on that right now. A couple infestors here just need to run for their lives. Lurkers trying to stab on and kill this entire army by themselves, but not going to happen as they explode. Spinecrawler's gone too. The newly morphed in lair is going to explode. And that's it. That is the base for True. He still has this one, but these drones are running for their lives. They're base racing it. They say, all right, that's it. We are out of here. A lot of minerals available for True, so we might just try to throw up hatcheries or extractors in different places. Nexus goes down. The final Nexus is here for Banana, but the army is just big. The army is scary. The army is intimidating. 67 and 26 total supply, and 12 of those for True are drones, which are not much use in a fight. He knows about this, right? He doesn't know about that, interestingly enough. Alright, so production facilities are going down. Infested Terrans trying to kill stuff. Army for Bananas running around trying to chase down these drones instead of trying to protect his buildings. I don't know about this choice. I do not know about this choice. +2 Lings, the +2 Hydra. Here slowly whittling through all of these buildings, but I think True is stuck up here. If he can't kill these by the time the army shows up, that just might be it. Just might be it. Expanding down here is True, so he's definitely not giving up. He has the mentality of a winner. He's going to try to do this thing as best as he possibly can. Gateway, exploding, assimilator, exploding, but here comes the army for Banana. And this small handful of Lings and these infestors, that Hydra is completely gone. Infested Terran's going to expire anyway, but they get destroyed by that Archon. And saves the Nexus with 57 hit points. True has 8 drones left. And 13 total supply. I don't know where they are. Zealot found that hatchery. This is mining, but I mean, we're back at square one if we're True. I'm not sure why he's making an evolution chamber instead of a spawning pool. I guess, does he already have one? He's got 4 Lings in production. Where the crud? Oh, there it is. It's up here. Okay, so definitely there's a spawning pool, but not for long. Wait. What? No. Banana, you just spotted that. There we go. Maybe he saw it and didn't see it. All right, so new spawning pool is gone. All of these drones is pretty much all that is left in the world for True. Spawning pool going to explode. Hatchery going to explode. True does have a couple hatcheries technically, but when it's 60 total supply to 10, I don't think there's really any way that True is coming back from this. Ling's trying to get up there. No, the Zealots say, We have +2 attack. We're going to take all y'all out. Look at this micro from Banana. Keeping his zealots alive for as long as possible. Only a single Ling makes it up that ramp. Really wants to take down that Nexus. Wha-bam, wha-bam. And there's the GG. GG from True. True is defeated and Banana is victorious. Holy smokes. What an impressive display there from Banana. I mean, it was not easy, is what I'm going to say. He was down to those 3 probes. All he had left with his army. He couldn't really expand anywhere for a long time, and that was it. So well done to Banana. We're going to move into game number 3 here, and I'll be right back. Hello, StarCraft fans. Welcome back to game 3 between Banana and True on Galactic Process, the Ladder Edition. All right, so the series is tied up 1-2-1. True won game number 1 fairly handily, I would say, with his kind of Ling Lurker Queen play with Baneling Rain mixed in. Banana, I don't know how he pulled game 2 out of his hat, but he did. He was down to 3 probes. He didn't have any income whatsoever. He kept losing Nexuses, but in the end, his army positioning, his refusal to die to Lurkers just made it work. It made it work for him. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to see. So in the top right of Galactic Process, we have the blue Zerg player. It is True from Psystorm Gaming. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the yellow Protoss player. It is Banana from Team Ascension's competitive team. All right, so we'll see what True does. Both these players, again, are looking at elimination right now. If they lose this game, game number 3, they're going home. And if they win, they're moving on. So definitely some motivation for them here. Hatch first from True. Again, this is the map with the crazy little attack paths coming on through. And actually, look at that. There are some rocks on this version of the map. Is this an updated version of it? Or have I just never seen those? No, that's updated. These are new. All right. I mean, we've seen Zerg players really abuse these using the different attack paths of this direction, knocking down these rocks to attack on in, knocking down these rocks to attack. But at this point, wait, how did I not see? Oh, it's a hatch. It's a hatch out of True. Why? All right. I mean, I guess it does kind of slow down Banana's macroing ability here. This Zealot might be able to take down the hatch before it pops. Wow, look at all these probes coming down. Look at all this lost mining time from Banana. I'm not sure this is the right move for you, Banana. Maybe expand over here instead of losing all of this mining time trying to kill a hatchery that I don't know. True's going to cancel it anyway, right? I mean, they are actually killing it faster than it's building, which is good. But in the end, I don't know about that loss. Oh, he replanted an evolution chamber on the creep, and is the drone lives. What? How does the drone live? That's crazy, Doc. Trying to make sure this Nexus doesn't go down at all. Banana's been stuck on one base this entire game so far. Is he finally doing the Nexus? Finally gets the Nexus. Drone is still alive. Might as well try to scout things out as well. Not much to see up here. I mean, 2 assimilators. Yeah, that's pretty standard stuff. Third base on the way for True. So I feel bad. I feel bad about all of that lost mining time for Banana, but he might be able to pull this out regardless. I mean, I'm not going to put anything past him after that game number 2. Birthday cake probe, running on down, trying to... I'm not sure if that was a scouting probe or what. Yeah, it was definitely a scouting probe. Saw all 3 bases and then decided to come on home. Did that drone die? Nope. Drone's still alive. Drone is running for its life. There we go. Get on out of there, drone. Run for your life. True has been so good at Overlord scouting. Trying to move in, he says. Sees the Stargate opening again. Oh, does he see the Stargate opening? He sees it. He sees it. Clicked on it. Saw it. Nothing to worry about there. And what's the answer going to be for True this time? Last time there was a Stargate opening versus him in game number 1. He just went Mass Queen. Got some Sword Crawlers mixed in there too. No big stinking deal. Also, Banana really loves his DTs. So we'll see if there's any more DT here. Or not. Single Adept trying to kill some drones. Once again, True does not saturate this third until he can defend it. It's not a bad move in my personal opinion. Stargate just about to finish. I assume it's going to be an Oracle. That is pretty much what True has gone for every time. There we go. An Oracle is coming up. There's Warp Gate Research on the way for Banana, because don't leave home without it. Adept decides to head on back home. So let's take a look at things. It's 31 to 34 harvesters. True does have a worker lead at this point, which is a little bit odd, but again, Banana pulled off 6 workers to try to kill a hatchery earlier, so that is a bit of an issue. Mothership core has popped. Pylon thrown down there as well. There's that single Zealot that assisted in killing the hatchery. And yeah, we'll have to see what else comes up from our Protoss player besides that Nexus. Lings are here to try and knock down these rocks and threaten this Nexus, which seems like a pretty good idea. And it'll take them forever to get there, but they're going to try it nonetheless. Oracle with 0 kills to its name, as there are 2 queens over here, 2 queens over here, and a queen in the main. Is it enough? Got the drone kill, but got exploded for the effort. So losing the Oracle, kind of a problem. Second Oracle, mixing on in. These Lings are halfway through those rocks. Overlord trying to scout in once again is going to check out the Twilight Council and the Forge. And notice that there is no gas being taken at this... Oh, now there is. Now there is. Alright, so a bunch of Adepts coming in, 3 of them to be exact, transferring right into the main base. That is what Banana decides he wants to do, is get inside this main. 4 Adepts, actually, killing a couple drones here. Drones trying to juke back and forth and stay alive. So far, it's not working out great for them. The Adepts decide they're just going to go ahead and suicide in here. They're not going to try to Sonic Transfer out at all. And so they kill 6 drones for the loss of that number of Adepts. Resources lost, about 700 for Banana and about 400 for True. So I'd say so far True's made some better decisions as far as what should live and what should die. Gateway. The Lings, so close to getting through these rocks. I mean, yeah, you can attack all along here and it does take out all of them together, which is good. Oracle sneaking on up once again. A couple of Roach-Warren and Evolution Chamber. True hasn't really been too heavy into Roaches in his ZVPs. At least not in games 1 and game 2. We'll see how many he actually makes. I mean, not that he hasn't made any, but he hasn't really gone a Mass Roach Ravager type play whatsoever. Oh, Lings got inside. They knocked down the rocks. 3 probes die. More than that, Photon Overcharge does come up. Lings decide to run away from all of that stuff. Who needs Photon Overcharge? Trying to kill that probe. They do kill that probe. Can they get another one? Trying to kill a Stalker too, and they do get the Stalker. Pretty good harassment here out of True. Overlord getting a Void Raid right in the butt. Boop. There it goes. Another base here for True. Another base here for True. True is expanding like a madman, like an absolute crazy person that he is. +1 melee attack coming up. More and more Lings. Lair just about to finish. Like I said, I just think it's going to be Lings. Not necessarily going to be a Roach Ravager or anything like that. Stasis Ward caught. Did True do that on purpose? Did he trigger that Stasis Ward with a single Ling on purpose? Oh, sentries. Oh no, losing those sentries, a big stinking deal. Oh no, Banana. Oh, you can't do that. Ling's getting on in here. Oh, just a big old drone or probe massacre at this point. Oracle not really assisting with things. I don't know why. Big old warping of Zealots trying to assist as well. Photon Overcharge does come up. Can the Lings make it happen? They try to kind of sacrifice themselves on that probe. There's the Stasis Ward. Catching 2 more of them, but a bunch of them do manage to get on out. All right, so 9 probes killed there. It's 55 to 79 workers. True is at 79 workers at the 7-minute mark, you guys. This is not looking good for a Protoss player, I can say that. And actually going Spire. Hey, surprise! True is going Spire. He has not gone Spire in any of the previous games. Maybe he's trying to catch Banana off guard, which I think it might actually work here. This is a nice wall. Yeah, I mean, inspect this, Protoss players, and see how you do. Photon Overcharge Pylon does end up getting killed. Ah, shoot. Lings got inside the main base, killing some more probes. There is a warping of Zealots trying to handle this thing. Ooh, big time Pylon snipe. Can he get it? Lings desperately trying to make it work. The Zealots not allowing it, though. They do not allow it. Meanwhile, Lings on in here, too, killing more and more probes. It's 78 to 47 total workers. Zealots hacking away, trying desperately to defend their base, and they're doing okay about it, but that's 18 mutas, you guys. That's 18 mutas in the sky, and the Protoss player has a Void Ray and 4 sentries. This might be it. Where are they? Where are all those mutas? They're gathering up here for some reason. Ah, trying to get that War Prism, and actually do reveal themselves to Banana. I think maybe they would have been better with a surprise, but at this point, Banana is not really making anything to try to stop this from happening. So here we go. Muta count is currently 18, making 6 more. Oracle taking some shots. Void Ray definitely going to die. Mothership Core definitely going to die. And here it is. Here comes the Mutaflock. Hallucinated Archons, kind of scaring the Mutas away, but they're inside the main base. Are all these gateways depowered? That is a giant, massive depowered gateways right there. Phoenix are being produced, and by that I mean one Phoenix depowering the gateway. The Phoenix is gone. Probes are getting destroyed as well here. All this stuff is depowered. For Banana, he doesn't have the ability to really make anything at this point. Production tab shows an Immortal. So that's fine. Banana pushing on in with his hallucinated Archons. Couple sentries, couple stalkers. Oh, gold cakes. I didn't realize it did that. That's awesome. Oh, that's adorable. Absolutely adorable. Lings killing these probes. Only 12 of them left here for Banana. Here come the Lings, and the Stalkers are in a ton of trouble. Sentries too. Muta's just burning everything down. When there are this many Mutas, that's it. A good game, well played from Banana. Good luck in the tourney, he says. Good game from True, and that is it. True is victorious. Absolutely beautiful play there from True. Expanded on out. Banana kind of got a little bit complacent. I think he kind of assumed his opponent would just go for this Ling Infester stuff with some Lurkers mixed in, but no. Nope, that is not what happened. The tech switch to the Muta absolutely caught Banana by surprise, and True wins game 3, so he moves on in this tournament. Well done. Well done to True. Well done to Banana. Showed Protoss Spirit for sure, but it wasn't enough in the end, and Zerg gets the victory. So, that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with a best of 3 Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.